Okay, so this is going to be 5 Haslab vehicles that I'd like to see. But this is just a fun list. This is going to be stuff that will never get made for many reasons. It's not popular enough. It's too big. It's too crazy. Whatever. I think they're cool vehicles. I just want to imagine them, at 1/12 scale, and what would go into it. But these are 5 just insane, impossible Haslabs for G.I. Joe Classified. And again, Hasbro will never make these because they can't and they don't have the guts. All right, so number 1, the Hammerhead. Hammerhead came out in 1990. This is a big vehicle. I think it'd probably be about the size of a suitcase. You got 2 guys in the cockpit in the front. There's a guy in the back. Okay, so this is an amphibious vehicle. Here it is on the beach. It goes in the water, comes back out again. It can do both. It's got jet skis on. It's got 2 jet skis. It's got this little torpedo sub. You got a little helicopter off the top. This thing's loaded up. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Minimum price on this, I would say, would be $500. For what it's worth, though, I think anything that they put up would fund. I see no reason that they would want to make this. I don't even think I would buy it, but I'd like to watch somebody else buy it and see their unboxing video or hear what they have to say about it. Number 4, the Thunderclap. The Thunderclap is a 3-piece set. In the front, you got a little tank that's pulling behind it this enormous cannon. And then behind that is another one of these tanks kind of pushing from the rear. So a little 2-vehicle team that slides this cannon around. And then you can take them apart and have them all be separate pieces. And then the figure included in this one was a guy named Long Range. Just a vehicle driver. He doesn't look very interesting. He's kind of got a strange mask on him. These little kind of tanks are pretty neat, though, I think. Each one of those would probably be the size of a Stinger. 2 Stingers plus this other thing that's twice the size of them as well. So this vehicle would be the equivalent of 4 Stingers. And the cannon itself would probably be the size of, I don't know, a small wiffle bat. This would be a wild one. And they'll never do it because they don't know how. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, number 3, the Demon. This is an Iron Grenadiers vehicle, Destro's group. It's a dual elevating multi-ordnance neutralizer. So it neutralizes things from multiple ordnances and has 2 elevations. This thing came with the Ferret, who I kind of think is a cool looking figure, so that'd be neat to get the Ferret in the mix. Demon is it's a wild vehicle. In particular, this thing stands up. So you can have it low to the ground and it kind of operates like a tank, or you can elevate it and crank up the bulk of the vehicle up into the air, and now it's real high off the ground. It's a pretty cool looking vehicle, though. I mean, all this Iron Grenadier stuff is cool anyways, with the black and the red and the gold. It's got missiles all over it. The tank treads look cool. You got the red transparent glass over the cockpit, and it's neat. And then also Destro's Despoiler, which is like a little flying manta ray type shape thing, maybe similar to Serpentor's air chariot, something along those lines, that can launch off the top too. So this is another one that has kind of more than one vehicle built into it. This would be a big boy for sure. The base of the wheels expanding out and contracting in, and the thing going up and down and stuff, it would potentially take up a lot of space. The design of it is pretty far out there, which I always really liked in G.I. Joe vehicles. If you just had a regular car or something, it'd be like, all right, whatever. I can get a toy car anywhere, but the Demon is unlike any vehicle that's ever been. All right, number 2, the Rhino. This is another just big, bulky vehicle that is solid. This thing is kind of like a tank and a Batmobile combined. This came out in 2009, along with, in the Rise of Cobra line. I think that was the first. So that's the first GI Joe live action stupid movie, and this might have been the movie. I don't know. I don't watch those, but this vehicle is pretty intense look, armored car, truck kind of thing. And then it has an actual helicopter that pops out of the inside of it. I bet you could fit a lot of figures in this. The G.I. Joe team is just not going to be capable of doing something like that. Yeah, it's a beefcake, man. This thing is a truckosaurus. This thing is serious business. All right, let's go to the last one. All right, are you ready for number 1? You ready? Number 1 is the G.I. Joe Electric Train and Battle Set. In 1983, very early in the G.I. Joe line, like right at the beginning, basically, they had an electric train set. It just looks like an electric train with G.I. Joe logos on it. But hey, this is part of the lore now, and this is part of the history, and nothing's ever going to change that. This is a G.I. Joe train that comes with track. It's electrified. It actually moves. You got the remote control or whatever. And I can't even imagine what this thing would be like in 6-inch scale and the 1/12 scale. I mean, a train. We got a missile launcher on there. There's a tank on it. There's a couple cars, communications car of some sort. I mean, if you think about the flag, if the flag today, came out for classified, it would be over 12 feet long. A train, I mean, you'd have to have like, a basement, and the track goes all around the outside of the basement, and each car would probably be like bigger than a loaf of bread or something like that. 4 loaves of bread. And people are going to be, making 3D prints and this and that, so you can have it long. Maybe you got like 8 or 10 loaf bread size cars on this track that's going around, and it says G.I. Joe on it, and it's awesome. All right, so that's it. That's 5 insane, impossible Haslabs for G.I. Joe classified. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you want. Appreciate everything. Oh, and I hit 500 subscribers. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that. Man, yeah, that's awesome. So thanks again for everybody for watching. And until next time. All right. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe.